Diego Simeone edibe wura team no mu man be ye soronko the culture of winning and the culture of winning it in terms of defending well. In terms of defending well. Inti the teams are not tied bobo. You know, say no be a video be a no acquire break war against Harambo. There be identity necessary. How do you compare Diego Godin and Obiti say Santiago Jimenez to Lenormand, Nick Lamont Longley about the physical levels of the game? These are players are or more form in terms of intensity whenever they are defending and the culture of defending well, putting their lives on the line, and you're part of them. And to say one fan Torres, one no more na se born no bokra ekura put multibidi ni ti ekura okuyi. And the Atletico Madrid side and Diego Simeone in the early days were very physically dominant. So when we were physically pa ya ombemana bona ko mu ankasa. Born 92, no more born 90, no more born 9 This is what they used to be. But the day and your day assistant. These are things you are not going to see. Rodrigo de Paul Monaco came midfield now, no more Bonnie other to run, more dear, almost be Bobino. The physical dominance of this particular Atletico Madrid in the midfield and the intensity and all the man anyone on beam. Not because they don't have quality now, but these are different profiles as compared to what they used to have. How do you move from the likes of Koke, one other Tura, and Rodrigo de Paul Mutu, Cardoso, different profile. To be to say Alex Baena, different profile. Yeah, these are guys. Even a dream maybe cried Geoffrey Kondobia physical levels are not the Atletico Madrid. It doesn't exist anymore. So the only identity that is still with the Atletico Madrid team has to do with the attack. Where Julian Alvarez, Alexander Soloth, and the likes of Antoine Griezmann, Thiago Amadamo, and that is the quality that is still with them. And I don't know how Diego Simeone will adapt to the new ways any players just to get the results and maybe a criminal teams physically or fit they give you a level of intensity to beat media match. And I think time will only tell. But I also believe that Julian Alvarez in here club will be so busy, he's too good at this level, so beat me and I think Barcelona and Real Madrid will come and sniff around. Other teams will come in and come and sniff around. I think even when it gets to a moment in time that Paris Saint-Germain here center forward, Paris Saint-Germain beat my best sniff around for Julian Alvarez. He's a top-notch quality, and I think under Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid, I'm sure they said they will see a team no. Madrid also Timi Papa Timi Kobe Fufro. And I think that Barcelona will look at that particular signing and see how far it will take them. But that's just my bit about the Atletico Madrid and Arsenal game. But yeah, what a performance by Paris Saint-Germain far away against Bayer for Leverkusen. And consistently, Luis Enrique's team getting better. They are grooming themselves into the season. Adeba Akwana Misroma teams no more Club World Cup ne pani ya time or mudi be picky. Because ya check the distance or the timing between time or more the Club World Cup new year. Any preseason or mukunyaye. Any or more back ababe started the season. Ubu bisa won say we mun fitness never pick it time being or my consistent time being or me picky time being. These are the questions I need to say. So I was really expecting the teams now more Club World Cup to be picky. Maybe a December or Konekakra. Normally I could run January, February, no more about. That is what I was actually expecting. But Paris Saint-Germain, am I a different view when it comes to this discussion? Anyhow, they've not only become the farmers in the Farmers League, but now they are hunters in the UEFA Champions League. Omochi akesifo na no mo de piano no mo de wo omochi omunwama no mo de piano wo mo omochi wa no mo de sekan na wo mfi, meaning they are becoming consistently good in every phase of their team, even in the absence of quality players. And there's still Nuno Mendes and Akraf Hakimi. Just like a betna hanum de bia ye Bob Barcelona for abaso se come fa so ma pedri ye fit no sa de Bobo Paris Saint-Germain abaso se kwan be no mo fa so mama Nuno Mendes I fit. Because not a player be about 2 games, no pra, 3 games, no pra. But I think the key component for their success story, untimi ntu Nuno Mendes fanim frame untimi ntu Hakimi fanim frame, and these two acquire ata we call now we aba, and consistently they are bringing the best out of wingers be omuni omobede ebebo Enra Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doué, Ousmane Dembele. Even in their absence, Abraham travel Kobo Barcelona. There was Mbaye, there was Mayulu, there's still Gonzalo Ramos, and there's still Bakola. Now, only the squad in depth in the absence of João Neves, they are still getting results for this Paris Saint-Germain team. And Zabani Kunya red card, share the counter attack Omunya and every Desire Doué, maybe or the born to toy. It's a statement win for Paris Saint-Germain. And this year, I'm not saying I'm betting a back-to-back buyout. I actually believe I must set the tone for other European teams to understand. Say, no, we won the UEFA Champions League by Yankoda. We are back here to compete. And I think this is a very good win for Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona Tenerife Olympiacos by 6-1. There are interesting bits about the Barcelona and Olympiacos game now. Memeti emiji 2 years Kenya red card na ka game we be end 3-1 and 2-1 in favor of Barcelona. Because after say Barcelona share 2 goals, Olympiacos stay back on psychologically no Olympiacos is growing into the game. There's a certain aspect of Hansi Flick's game which is becoming a little bit worrying. Say Barcelona the last time omu keep clean sheet was back in September. Meaning say omu be mo conceded do. So okosia team bi na o concede 2-3. Now one team ahye 4 ni bi, one team ahye 5 ni bi, one team ahye 6 ni bi a na dey aso share na ye dey eba. Especially when you are going into the Clasico. I was wondering say Barcelona set up ne be say bayaw. Omo kire say no. They can't take the risk with this particular game. A perfect performance for Marc Casado in the middle of the park. I definitely use on my bench Frankie de Jong. And in that Clasico. Pedri still remains one of the best players. This is one of the good, especially with the but Obi to say Marcus Rashford, Obi to say Pablo.
He always finds a way with Barcelona.
Trying to discuss are there money different from them
on
qualities mean cause yeah they change but are they distinctively or the team yaw obeka say me no try the din komo say Bobby Nuno Mendes fine ke Femi Lopez and Gonva I feel what you say the level of intensity and the physical dominance Femi Lopez the Barcelona team. I don't think any other player in the Barcelona midfield brings that particular thing. Pedri the intelligence ba Dani Olmo the quality movement and position in that team. But Femi Lopez brings you goals, brings you intensity, and brings you a physical dominance. Yeah, Barcelona Academy type produce players or more technically good. We catch them say the tech players. But way on your tech I think physically or a dominant, he always gives you something distinct from a deal with the mouth. For Marcus Rashford, it all has to do with the environment you qualities are and good results for him last night. And I think Barcelona, I would say this is a good win, but you are going into the Clasico, there are huge concerns still with Barcelona, especially with the way of conceding, the way of open up. And but we'll come and discuss after the Juventus Real Madrid game to see how far the El Clasico can go, especially on a Friday and even on a Saturday. On today's games, and they Napoli assembly the minimum so we better target senka but Antonio Conte dey ya kan suba chawa ya di no nkoma ya waste time kra wo ho kra na ya today's games no wa be screen so a quotes ni gu ase eno the long bet ni gu so e koso say wuntwa bi akode ko twa bi 44 or 13 hours yaw ana 10 hours ni nyina gu so kama for today's game dey no be di hu nkomo ni nyina na say ni aheda eno ana ya hyehye de gu ase ha de ama wo. So we will say a different thing and bring you a different thing to say they be a recent times near you know. But this time around they can wait terminal you be kagu on amamunina no. Predictions na ye dey gu course ni mo ha say you can pick it. Na wa wo dey also dey akwa. Now, the big game has to do with Real Madrid versus Juventus, which I actually believe say football wo time be wo bread tuaka. Inti me busa me question say e bre na aduru say Juventus ka bi also mo tete. Editia Real Madrid ni na But yeah, me dream who be when he said there be. I go to the Jumana ya ding the amano. The reason why I make us say Kadu one is over Kai Juventus in Real Madrid game via Cristiano Ronaldo last minute penalty Lucas Vasquez. Emma Mudi red, you know. So Canada so the whole train Real Madrid. One day they will pay it from Real Madrid. Don't be triasakano. Sana football here. One day you pay it. Maybe Adana when in so they go and pay it. But I think I'm still yet to be convinced by Xabi Alonso in big games. That maybe issue about this game against Juventus, I don't know. See, more obiti se Osasuna. Yambo obiti se Mallorca. Yambo these teams, you know. Alonso prove actually beyond reasonable doubt say he can get results convincingly. Against teams which is Atletico Madrid, we've seen how Neymar turning out.
Say Derby.
Okay. Even
PSG, the so be fan say
PSG, say Club World Cup.
Okay.
But share them another Madrid derby between Getafe and Real Madrid. They had to take a red card for Real Madrid to win the game by 1-0. They had to make Arsenal. So games with intensity and high quality, no. Me person me who the Alonso bet me. I want to see what he can do, especially when you are going into a Clasico. And then Real Madrid over bench players and answer over a consistent team side the Clasico, no. Because the bear yani say Sisi and Obia or GDA say Barcelona nyina ye. Na ya wakobo Clasico no ako lose against Barcelona team. Obia or GDA say no. Barcelona team be form nene ball no more in convincing. Pressure be also pa. I don't think Alonso as a player or be underrated the kind of impact a Clasico deba. It need now factor into this particular game. And now Barcelona idea omo ye me say ntimi amwane ye say game ni 2 na nkomo ni say betima ko 3-4 na nkomo yi Pedro mafim. Until record ne ba e na di be 65th minute e ko 70th minute. E wo say wo yes say na kura na kakra bi na be say dey. Aba. But for Real Madrid against Juventus, you can't afford to risk it, especially when Juventus are falter in recent results in the Champions League. Omuni Borussia Dortmund who their course. In their next game, you saw what happened to the likes of Kenan Yildiz, Jonathan Davids. Most of these guys will be looking forward to prove a point, especially after another disaster loss during the weekend against Como. Pressure the balance. So there are 2 games to save his job. The game against Real Madrid, the game against Lazio. Yeah. But Madrid will always boast. Said there be bay. And then see a will be a forward or we are in the form no one afa pana. We Ellen Haaland, we Hurricane. The next person you talk about is Kylian Mbappe Lotin. And he is giving you goals or deliver at the top level. Omo mubiana no and the results in the bad maomo.
So Juve Koreani e go to them so Alonso Asheno. Our Club World Cup. But how that game turned out? Okay. There's you see, you can get results, but you see, Alonso will need to convince about the big games. And Atletico Madrid is Mano. What am I say? Share the performance of Real Madrid against the smaller size, never to the performance against the big size. Total domination.
What did they make Arsenal? And going into the Clasico, you need a statement win against Juventus. No matter what, psychologically, you need a statement win. And playing at home, I think Real Madrid will go with their stronger squad. But Juventus and Real Madrid this year, definitely Omumi goes. I think this is a game both teams to score between Real Madrid and Juventus. But anytime goal score, I call Kylian Mbappe Lotte form no soropa and consistently you give it the results. Liverpool will be traveling to Eintracht Frankfurt. Frankfurt for na ko yokosi nkosi koda enkoda. Oma ye bibie ho. Just all than your moon won baby abi. Be one team no and no share. Ochina no mako lusu. Match out to me say where the Frankfurt also mo lusu na ya homa ko draw. But could this be the turning point for Ancelotti? After say we call 4 consecutive games without a win, not even a draw. We lose 2 games winning. How we lost against Galatasaray, against Chelsea, against Manchester United. Now this is a different bit of they are going back. betimi abo mo modern. I think this is a game I open is safer. Liverpool be share be about 2 goals cry. Liverpool has always proven some more clean sheet. Chelsea will win this particular game against Ajax. I don't think Ajax will win any baby say be betimi Enzo Maresca games be say will feel be charge ni but open is safe. I betimi on Chelsea over 1.5. Then the Bayern Munich Club Brugge game na dicey kakra. Yow, the dominance of Bayern Munich can never be questioned. But Club Brugge yankura boni. Omo yankura boni yankasa. Omo wunu na ka krebi. Nkura boni. Oh. Nkura boni sa. But yow, I'm happy for Vincent Kompany. Any Bayern Munich, any the project they are doing. Yow, to get a contract extension. And I might be describing the intel signing Nani Bibia. And I think this is a proper statement. City for na go. City supporters na company na 2027 year pa na say I send 2029. And I think say yaw young managers na Messi so near expectation ka dressing room or crack bibi be buetia company. But yaw what him maintain the dressing room, he's bringing the best out of these guys. And the signing is now by Munich they buy in now. He has looked to also improve every one of them. You starting season no Bianca by Munich as mobile. I think this season Timbaku also through the pair by Munich. Timbaku also through the pa by Munich this season. They are flawless in attack, combative in midfield.
But Brugge
Yow, yeti ameka say omani mu wono se on say General Bilana about 10 no form ni woni te Nicolas Jackson and Harry Kane fluid front four Luis Diaz Michael Olise yow 4 players we Harry Kane drop back deep kra na yem hihyew because drop back deep no na sa zones na o tackle the next and yow Harry Kane so ka say wo tackle Jackson so jai be 30 years and 25 years obetuma bobo na firi wa hye obetimi abobo na firo straight say banyan na ball na net. But I think Club Brugge be hard drink akra but they will get their results. But this is a game where corners bebem because Bayern Munich will attack from the first minute. It will be 7.5 corners will be very important for you. Atalanta are careful be 2-4. One club akwa minju omundi kra and one dey come out for the 2 for the kozi no some tie akebebo obi so kutwa over 1.5 Kamat ne Pafos. Omionu okukromobo goalless. But for Atlanta to win it that half, I think they will find a way in this game against Slava Praha. Slava Praha having that only good record against Italian clubs, especially when they travel away. And a showcase in their game against Inter. But Galani Bodo. Yow, Gala, Eddie Bodo, Gala Bodo. Bodo Gala. So 2 teams Bodo for no so you stop on Poma is a Club Brugge.
But Istanbul there.
Oma is a Club Brugge, but both teams to score 2 in this game and 1-1. The ball early kick off against Karabakh is stubborn. Okay. 2 games no mukuta 6 points. Yeah. Oh, underrate and I don't think Global were in a very good form. To that is a game I will ask you to really avoid. But for Sporting CP and Olympic Marseille, yeah, I'll be surprised that game is with my both team to score. And Monaco against Juventus goals matter over 1.5.
Mate, wow, new quick enough, Yambra.